as men, we supposed to be the protectors, you know. And if we are preying on the people we supposed to be protecting, who the fuck is gonna protect them? You know what I'm saying? There's no protection seems to be for a lot of women and children in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? And in certain legislations, it's they not gonna be protected. They not, because a lot of these motherfuckers is preying on your kids, on our kids, and this shit scary. That I just encourage people to pay attention. We can't do we can't change everything. I'm aware of that. I'm not on this motherfucker talking about like uh you know, let's go march on motherfucking on California and make them take that shit. Like, that shit's not realistic, man. We don't have the manpower, the finances. Shit, a lot of us don't even have the willpower to go do that shit, because keeping it real, motherfuckers that's working, barely making it, like, you don't got time to be putting into um, enacting a change in, like, the government specter. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit requires a lot of willpower, a lot of motherfuckers telling you no, a lot of doors getting slammed in your face, and it's gonna take a lot of togetherness, which, you know, sometimes our community, um, you know, on certain things we lack. Not everything, but some things. On this, I think we need to get together just as a collective in our community and say we not gonna let motherfuckers be predators in our community. We not gonna let people come in our community and prey on our women and children. But we can't be doing that shit to ourselves either. Like, that's genocide. You know, we gotta just do better in that way. And I like to talk about that. I like to talk about what we can do for our community. I know people like to say, well, they doing this, and everybody in uh, that section of people, like the Chinese do this, and the Hmong do this, and uh, Mexicans do this, and I understand. I get it. And I be saying that shit, and that should be looking dope. The group economics and all, that shit is dope. That shit is dope. But they got their own shit too. They got their shit that they trying to fix, and that shit that, you know, don't seem like it should be going the way it is. That ain't our problem. We got our own problems in our community. And that's the shit I like to talk about. What can we do for ours? And what changes can we make? And it starts with incremental changes in your own house. In your own house. I seen this lady today. She had two little kids. The little boy was 4, I believe, and her daughter was 2. And they was coming out the doctor's office. And I asked little buddy, I said, how old is you, man? Because he was just talking a lot, you know what I'm saying? He was turned up. He said, I'm 2. His mom was like, boy, you 4. You know what I'm saying? But he talked good. He did. He really talked good. He just didn't know how old he was. But his mama was giving his little sister more attention. You know what I'm saying? So her mama is telling the little girl, yeah, tell mama you love her. Tell me you love me. He like, and he's saying the little girl, I forgot what her name was. I think it was like whatever it was. I don't remember what her name was. But he was like, she don't love you. He kept saying it too, like, she don't love you. And when she wasn't paying attention to him, he was like, I'll knock you out, mama. I'll knock you out. He kept saying it too, and she wasn't paying him no attention. This little boy's 4 years old. He talked real good, but you could tell he bad as hell. And it ain't because he's stupid. It's not because he's stupid. He's ignorant because he hasn't been taught anything. He's not been taught anything. Then I hear how his mama's talking. It's like she wasn't taught anything either, because she's ignorant as well. She is. Now, this woman, and you know, she got to telling me her business and shit like, what you doing? You want to put somebody on child support? She started asking me all that shit. She's like, both they daddies locked up. Like, so, single mom, 2 little kids, both daddies locked up, and you're ignorant, and the only person they're gonna learn from is you. an ignorant person, and your son, she said the boy, he wasn't even in school yet. Little boy ain't even in school, and he's smart. He's smart enough to go to school, but he wasn't in school. I got to find him a school. I don't know. Like, boy. And that's just a microcosm of what's going on in our community. It's a lot of women just like her. A whole lot of them. Whole lot of them. And I don't think that sister was a bad person at all. I just think that she wasn't raised with any care either. And now she's having children, and she's not raising them with much care. She's providing for them in the best way she can, but she's not even capable of putting any how I want to say this. She's not capable of putting the vital information into them because she doesn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good possibility they're gonna grow up ignorant and have kids that's ignorant as well. It's a very good possibility of that. And the way I can say that is because you can see a track record, and that shit is in our community bad. Like I said this many times on this platform, many times. I worked in social services for almost 10 years. I was a youth advocate. I was in these people's homes. I was in courtrooms with them. All this shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit hit close to home when my nephew was in some trouble. So I know how this shit go. I was witness to it. I was there. I was helping. I was doing the best I could. I still talk to a lot of these kids and a lot of their families. A lot of their mothers still call me. Can you help so and so? Can you help them find a job? You know, sometimes they just call and say, man, how you been? You still working there? Like, nah, I don't even work in that field no more. You know what I'm saying? This shit, it wore me down. And everybody that works in that field, they know what I'm talking about. You go through you go through it multiple times where you start to feel burnt out. Start to feel burnt out. And then sometimes you could bounce back from, like, okay, I just need a little time off, a little mental break, and I can get back to it. But over time, you start to get burnt out and everything gets repetitive, and then you start to feel like, man, I really ain't even making a difference. I got 10 kids on my caseload, and only one of them want to do anything productive, or maybe two or three maybe. 2 or 3 is great. 3 out of 10, and you got 3 kids that want to constantly be with you and be, go find a job or do this program to better themselves, and just being in a positive environment. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Then you'll go through some times where you had 10 kids and none of them want to do that shit because they've already been smitten by the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough job. My hat goes off to people that work in social services because it is a tough job. And oftentimes, the parents don't know what to do either. And, you be their last resort. So if anything is not going right, they call you. I done had, man, so many times, single moms, damn near every single one of them, come get this motherfucker. You got to get him out of my house. I want him to go to jail. Like, baby, it don't work like that. I'm not finna come pick him up and go take him to jail. Like, this don't work like that. Like, I'm not doing that. What type of relationship would I have with him if I take him like I'm gonna try to put you in jail? And I don't even have the authority to do that. It's got to be so many steps in between that shit to even do that. Like, yeah, it's rough out here, man. Our community is in need of some more community builders. We need community builders, men and women, And it don't even take much, man. You see somebody struggling with something, and you can provide a little bit of help them. Whatever that help looks like. Because by you helping, that might spark them to help somebody else, and then you see how that go? Everybody helps somebody. Each one teach one. That's how it starts. But it starts at the crib. It starts with yourself. Check yourself. Are you doing what you're supposed to do for you? Then after that, Your kids. Is your kids getting what they need from you? Are you sending your kids out in the world every day prepared for the world? Because this is what I always teach my kids. Like, nobody outside of this house is required to do a goddamn thing for you. They don't have to give you no love. They don't have to like you. They don't have to do shit for you. A lot, and most people, they don't know you, so they not even thinking about you. So don't walk out this motherfucker thinking that the world loves you, because they don't. First of all, they don't even know you. The world don't know you. Not yet. You know, depends on what your aspirations are. They might. But even then, even if the world knows who you are, that don't mean everybody gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? The love you get, 9 times out of 10 is gonna start in the crib. Now, of course, there's exceptions to that rule. Some people don't grow up with any type of structure or love at home. You know what I'm saying? My heart goes out to those people, because then you got to go outside and try to find that shit from another source, and you know that shit is tricky. For real. I didn't grow up with biological brothers. You know, I'm the oldest of 6. I got 5 younger sisters. So I didn't necessarily need to go out and look for love. I had to go out and look for acceptance from other boys my age. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, because I couldn't sharpen my steel with my little sisters. Like, I can't, you know, I can't get too rough with them. Or, you know, I was a boy. You know what I'm saying? I want to play football and, you know, do all the rough shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go outside and find that. And oftentimes, though I do have some friends that, you know, I talk to from time to time from my childhood. My closest friends, I met when I was working in social services. Them the 2 people I talk to the most. And then one of my other homeboys that I met through somebody else, but shit, that's going on 10 years. Actually, yeah, man, I got a lot of friends that I still talk to from when I worked in social services. Shit, that I talk to regularly. Actually, shit, I talk to 3 of them today from social services. So yeah, shout out to all them. Y'all know Stuck. Y'all know Ro. They be on here every week with me. My homeboy Rick, he chimes in a lot. My homeboy Lo. I know all these people from working in social services. My homeboy Dez, I met him through a third party shit 10 years ago. That's still my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go out and find camaraderie, because I didn't have it at the crib. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have it. It wasn't there. Like, I had love from my mom and my sisters loved me. You know what I'm saying? My pops loved me too. He just don't know how to show that shit. You know what I'm saying? Me and that nigga always was at odds, you know. But, you know, it ain't easy. It ain't easy when you ain't feeling that love at home. So I encourage you to pour into your children each day, even if it's just something small. Like, just, man, tell your kids you love them before they go out the house. You know, they need to hear that shit. You know, hook them up a little something before they go out the house, so they ain't going out the house hungry. You know, that shit makes a difference when they going to school. Big difference. It's hard to pay attention when you hungry. Believe me. That's a fact. It is very hard to pay attention when you're hungry, especially when you're somewhere you don't even want to be anyway.